Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on our YouTube channel and I hope you all are doing very well. So guys, in this video, I'm going to be doing the pre-market analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So what we're going to be doing is that we are going to cover what happened on the 12th of September 2022 this year on the Nifty and Bank Nifty, as well as we're going to be trying to predict what possibly can happen on Nifty and Bank Nifty on the 13th of September 2022. All right. So without further ado, let's get into our video now. Okay, guys, so you can see that I'm in the weekly chart of Bank Nifty. And if you have been following me for a while now, you probably know that one type of method I use for analysis is the support and resistance method. So that's what we're going to be doing now. And as well as I like to do a top to down analysis, which means starting my analysis on a higher time frame and moving down to a lower time frame. So we're going to be doing it now. Now you can see that I have this Bank Nifty chart right here, which is the weekly chart. And in the weekly chart, you people can see that Bank Nifty is at a extremely important resistance level, which is this one. You can see that Bank Nifty is at an extremely important resistance level right here. So what can happen is that, listen, so first of all, what can happen is that Bank Nifty, this whole area is a resistance level. This gap in between this area, which I'm marking it right here, this whole area is a resistance level. So what can happen is that Bank Nifty can consolidate here for some time like this, and then it can go down possibly, or it can also possibly consolidate and go up. So which means this area is going to determine the long-term trend of Bank Nifty. So what Bank Nifty is here, you currently don't know anything about it because there is no clear signs consigns about candle here right here. So which means what I'm trying to say is that you cannot just analyze on a higher time frame. So you need to be moving on to the lower time frame too. And going on to the daily time frame, you can see that Bank Nifty has already entered the resistance area on the daily time frame, which is right here. If I were to move this zone, let me just mark it like a zone. So if I were to take this as a resistance zone, you can see that the Bank Nifty has entered this resistance zone yesterday itself, which is, I mean, sorry, on 9th of September. And when the market opened today, Bank Nifty has been trying to push higher, but the sellers have been pushing it down. So now two things can happen. Number one, either Bank Nifty breaks this resistance right here, consolidates a bit for a few days and continues till this upper resistance, or Bank Nifty comes here, consolidates like this, and eventually turns its trend to the downside. These are the two things which can happen for Bank Nifty on the higher time frame. But let me also go and do the analysis on the lower time frame for intraday traders. All right, so moving on to the 1 hour chart, we're going to be skipping the 4 hour chart because in the 4 hour chart there is nothing significant here. There's nothing of much significance right here. So we've been going to the 1 hour chart right here. So in the 1 hour chart, you can see, as I said, Bank Nifty has been consolidating a lot on the resistance line right here. So if you see here, ever since the beginning of today, market starting at 9:15, you can see that Bank Nifty has been in a consolidation right here. This whole day was a consolidation today, and you can possibly expect is this: after consolidation, most of the times, if the market is like this, is after a consolidation, if the breakout happens to the upside, breaking all these higher highs, then you can expect that the market will be continuing its uptrend. Or if the market breaks this consolidation low and goes down, then you can expect Bank Nifty to be going down. Now, this is probably most of the time right here. So what I have been looking for is that I will be looking for a break of this wicks, the high of this wicks. I will be looking for a break of this wicks. So I will not enter long or until this body, the body of this candle comes and closes above the wick. As well as for short, you can see that the sellers have been trying to push Bank Nifty down too hard. But if Bank Nifty comes and closes below, then I will be either expecting two things. Number one, Bank Nifty can either come and close below like this and go up again here for a retest here. So what happened is that the sellers don't want to be selling at all-time low. I mean, not an all-time low, but from this consolidation level, the sellers will be expecting some kind of a discount, a retracement, I would say. So you don't want to be selling it here. You would want to be selling it at a better price. So The sellers will let the buyers take control for some time here. And when the market reaches here again, this is kind of a retest. The sellers will take control again probably. Now, this is what two things which Bank Nifty can be playing out right here. All right, so this is for Bank Nifty on the hourly time frame. I'm going to be going on to the intraday traders for the 5 minute time frame right here. All right, 5 minute time frame. And another important for before going on to the 5 minute time frame, another important part is this whole wick right here. This wick can play a major role in the changing of Bank Nifty trend. If Bank Nifty breaks this wick after this consolidation zone, if Bank Nifty breaks and closes above this wick, then many longers can be, longers means buyers. So many people can go long here. This is not a financial advice. I'm just saying it. So many people can go long here, and probably Bank Nifty will be taking resistance, you know, somewhere around this area, right? So somewhere around this area, Bank Nifty will be taking resistance. If I'm moving on to the lower time frame, like for intraday traders, now I'm moving on to the lower time frame, 5 minute. All right, 5 minute chart. You can see that. Let me just get this circle off here. You can see that Bank Nifty has, what happened is that Bank Nifty has been in a sort of a consolidation today. Bank Nifty came here, two red candles right here, and another. What happened is it failed to break below the previous day's low right here. I mean the previous day's low right here. At least I would say this they failed to break below this here, the closing price of the previous market day. So what happened is that after Bank Nifty broke the today's high, today's opening high right here, and it went into some sort of a consolidation period. Now, now that since Bank Nifty has been in a consolidation for such a long time, you must be knowing something. If you are a person who looks at the chart keenly, you can see that Nifty and Bank Nifty's trend stay the same most of the time. What I mean is that if Nifty is in an uptrend, for example, then Bank Nifty is in an uptrend. If Nifty is in a downtrend, then Bank Nifty is in a downtrend, and the vice versa applies for Nifty too. This is most of the time. So what happens is that in order to know the trend of Bank Nifty, you need to be knowing the trend of Nifty. Now, what is Nifty? Nifty is the collection of 50 most valuable companies in the Indian stock market, Indian stock exchange called NSE. All right. Now we are in the Nifty chart. All right. So we are in the weekly Nifty chart. Here you can see in the weekly Nifty chart, what happened is that we are in a major resistance zone right here, a major resistance zone for Nifty, or you can also take it as this. So we are in a major resistance zone in the Nifty. Nifty has entered its resistance zone right here. So if you go into this daily chart, because there is nothing of much significance here, you can see that the buyers have been trying to push Nifty higher. Even though the Nifty is in a resistance zone, you can see the buyers are playing aggressively to take control over Nifty. So what happens is that once Nifty cuts this previous high, this one which I marked here, and Nifty cuts and closes above this previous high like this, then I will be expecting Nifty to go somewhere around here, the top of resistance line, consolidate a bit and move down. That this is the only thing which can probably the only thing which can happen. Or Nifty can break and close above this and go up again. So this is what happens for Nifty in the daily time frame. It is a longer term time frame. Now daily time frame it cannot be applicable for intraday trading. What I mean is that when you are analyzing only the daily time frame, that is probably mostly for swing traders who hold their positions for more than 2 days. You cannot expect daily time frame signals to be working on a 5 minute time frame, right? Because daily time frame is for long term traders, not intraday traders like us. So if you go to this 1 hour chart, right, you can see that the sellers have been you know, people have been consolidating a bit right here, which is this one. And the breakout has already happened. You can see that the breakout has already happened right here. Somewhat, this is not a pure breakout, but this is somewhat of a kind of a breakout because you see the candle hasn't clearly closed below this previous wick. What I would expect is that I would want the wick to close at least 10% of its body below the previous wicks. In that case, so what I will be looking is that I will be liking to go long here I mean short here. Sorry, I would be liking to go short and target the previous resistance line or this 20 or 20 or 50 EMA right here. All right. So these are the things which can happen for Nifty on the 1 hour time frame. And also another thing important is that you see after this small consolidation of three candles, 3 hours right here, you can see that already this candle has broken above this previous highs. So what happened is that many people would have went long here, right? Many people would have went long here, placed their stop loss at the end of this previous candle, expecting the market to go at least till here, which is 361 points. A lot, I would say a lot, 2% move. So what happened is that they got stopped out. They got stopped out. Now, this is known as some kind of a manipulation. This is not a manipulation actually, but for sellers, they need, in order to sell something, you need buyers. And for buyers, they need sellers. So what happened is that people will be having a bunch of stop orders right here, expecting the market to go, you know, sell orders right here in this resistance line, and they will be having their stop loss above right above this, right above here, above this previous resistance line. Now, what happens is that once the market touches this line, which is this one, selling area, I mean this stop loss area. Now, what is this? Sellers, they will be, hold on a minute, you see, there will be buyers at this area expecting for the market to go up. But what happened is that once the market touches this area and they holds their stop loss right here, the market will be coming down, hitting their stop loss. Now, what is the stop loss for a buy order? It's a sell order. So what happens is that more sell order gets triggered. And what happens is the market changes its trend from buy trade to a sell trade. Now, this is what probably will be happening here, I guess, on the 1 hourly time frame. But according to my analysis, you see, Nifty 50 still has some kind of a small up move to be, what can I say? To be covered up, I would say. From here, if you take this previous candle right here, from here, at least a 40-point move from here, which is 18,000 is pending for Nifty right here. That is according to my analysis. Why? What analysis did I do? You see, Nifty has been breaking this consolidation level right here. So once this candle has broken, you probably will expect Nifty to come somewhere around 18,019, 18,020. From this level, you can expect Nifty to be going down. Now, moving on to the intraday here, right here. All right, this is the 5 minute time frame. You can see that Nifty has been taking resistance one time here, two time here, three time here, fourth time it was a fake breakout. Now, this is what I was trying to tell you. See, many people went long here, right? Many people went long here. And what happened is that they placed their stop loss right here. Their stop loss got hit by the small manipulation and more sell orders got triggered. Why? For a buy order, the opposite is the stop loss order, which is a sell order. So when the sell orders got triggered, you saw the market come down in a nice manner. Now, two things can happen right here. All right, two things can happen. Now that Nifty is in excuse me, now that Nifty is another important area of support, which can also be said the same for this. I would like to take even the VIX as support. So Nifty is another important support area, and a small green candle has already been formed. Now, there is also an important pattern happening right here. This is a pattern. If you read a lot about chart patterns, you will be knowing this. This is some kind of a wedge pattern, I would say. Look here. Now, two things can happen. Either Nifty consolidates a bit, breaks above, and goes again till this resistance consolidates and does something which is either up or down, or Nifty consolidates, breaks below, moving till this, this the last resistance area, and Nifty breaks this, then we're in a full term downtrend, which is till here, till the 17,741 mark. And this is what Nifty can be doing. Because you see, this is some kind of a pattern. If you read up a lot about chart patterns, you will be knowing this. This is a wedge pattern. I'm saying this is a wedge pattern. What happened is this wedge pattern is the fact excuse me. What happened in this wedge pattern is simple. If market breaks in any direction, let's just say Nifty breaks in this direction, then market will probably going up till here. Or if Nifty breaks below this wedge, the lower wedge, then market will either consolidate here. You can expect market to be coming down, coming up again, or if market comes coming up again like this. Or from this consolidation, you can expect Nifty to be going down again in a full term downtrend. Now these are the only things which can happen for Nifty. I probably, expect Nifty to be going up on this switch. Why? Because there is actually another important weak support right here. You see among this area in the yellow color rectangular line, you can see that this already has been a nice area of support, and Nifty has already buyers have already been trying to push the price already up, and with a wedge pattern in place right here, I probably expect Nifty to close above this wedge pattern and go at least till 17,963. But of course, there is a pending target of 18,000 for Nifty, and I'm sure about it. But I don't advise you all to go long trade because this is not a financial advice. This is just a trading video for you all. And you can also notice that the Nifty has been trading a little far away from the 20 period EMA. A 20 period EMA is this one. It will close the 50 period one. This orange color line is the 20 period EMA, and Nifty has been trading a bit far below it. So which means that there must be some kind of a small retracement till this 20 period EMA, and Nifty can start going in its downtrend from here. Now these are the things which can happen for Nifty in you know tomorrow or day after tomorrow, because the market can probably take even 2 more days to get in its get to its target, as many institutional people can be consolidating their trades right here. Alright guys, so this is it for today's video. Hope that you liked this video. If you did like this video, then kindly subscribe to our channel and please do like our videos, and that would be of help for us and for you too. Alright? So kindly do take care. Goodbye. Love you all. Take care.